Welcome to Gazelles Softball on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This broadcast is made possible by the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, Linda's Angel Crossing, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Vichet, Elwood Dental, Floor Tech Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Anytime Fitness, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Triple Time Rudy's, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, H&H Roofing, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Wall of Fame, and Ravin Books. Now, for the Anytime Fitness pregame show with the voice of Yankton Athletics, Zach Spear.
Play ball!
Hello and welcome to Brookings, South Dakota, where Gazelles softball season has officially started. It is the season opener at Southbrook Fields in Brookings. All Yankton athletics are presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. This is your Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. Anytime Fitness Yankton. Let's make healthy happen. Well, as I said, it is officially softball season. It's a beautiful day and time for the season opener as the Yankton Gazelles have traveled into Brookings to take on the Bobcats. One of the most important games of the year, as this is when you get to see what your team is made of, what the strengths are, and what you need to work on in practice. Of course, every team wants to start the season with a win as well. Of course, not to talk too much on about this season yet, so we're going to take a look at last season for each of these teams. The Gazelles coming off a 6-14 season that saw them falling to Sioux Falls Jefferson in the Sodak 16 matchup, and for the Bobcats coming off an 11-7 record in which Brookings fell to O'Gorman in the Sodak 16, so both falling just shy of the state tournament, reaching it to that Sodak 16, but just unable quite to get over that hump. Throughout the year, last year, Yankton put up 5.5 runs per game compared to Brookings, who put up just over 8 runs per game. And on the defensive side of the field, Yankton allowing 10 runs per game, Brookings allowing 6.5 runs per game. Now, this was the season opener last year as well, as Yankton hosted Brookings last year, and it was a very good game for the Bobcats, who ended up winning that one 16-0. And, of course, throughout the season, the numbers favored the Bobcats as well. But it is a new year here. Coming off of last season, the Gazelles lost 2 seniors in Madison Gerard and Haley Schulte. For the Bobcats, they lost a total of 6 seniors, but did bring back a lot of talent, especially in the sophomore class, as you'll later hear Coach Harden talking about. First game, it is always a fun one coming up. We'll hear the coach's thoughts on this matchup and a beautiful day for softball. The coaches for each squad are Emma Harden for the Brookings Bobcats and Jill Muth for the Gazelles, who we will hear from throughout the season, as well as hoping to get her after the game. But JV is slotted to take place after varsity. Always makes it a little bit trickier as she is prepping for another game. We'll step aside for just a moment. When we return, our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show continues and our chat with head coach Emma Harden of the Brookings Bobcats. That's all here on Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh, my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area, guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton. Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. Now chatting with Brookings Bobcats head coach Emma Harden. Coach, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing great, excited for the season opener. And how excited are your girls to get on the field to take on another team here?
Yes, they're really excited. They're ready for the season. They're ready for us to start playing games. It seems like we wait all year for softball, and now finally we have some good weather, so we're ready.
And I know, of course, you haven't seen game action, but in practice you might have gotten a feel for what this team can bring. What do you think that your team can do best come game time?
Yeah, we are pretty young. We're really deep with our sophomore class, and so I'm excited to see them perform at the varsity level. We had a few girls last year, Ella Pazik, Ramsey Heinricher, Kendall Lindstead, some of those sophomores really step up for us last year in some varsity games, and so it's going to be really exciting to see them take on different roles as starters. A lot of them last year came into some tough situations in games, and so it'll be really fun to see how they perform this year. And
in this first game, what do you want to see from your team?
We've been talking a lot about positive energy and thinking about the next play and picturing the game in our head. And so what I'm really looking for, especially in these first couple games where we haven't been out on the dirt as much as we would like, I'm just looking for them to, if something doesn't go our way, to turn the page and be ready to rock and roll with the next thing.
And I know you mentioned you're excited about that sophomore class you have. I do notice you have a handful of seniors on the squad as well. Do you look to them a lot of times for kind of leadership throughout practices?
Yes. I teach kindergarten, and so sometimes after I don't always get to practice before everyone. So they're on it with, I send them the practice plan, and they're always the ones that are getting things ready to roll. They're ready for warm-ups when it's time. They are leaders by example, but we also do have some vocal leaders in the fact that they want everyone to be a part of Bobcat softball and buy into really what we're looking for with our team. So they're setting a great example for us.
And do you have any goals for this team as we get the season rolling?
Yes, we do. I think that we've fallen short the last couple of years, making it to the state tournament in that Sweet 16 game. And this year we're young, but I think that we just want to compete every game. We want to play good defense, want to pitch well on the mound, and we want to have a presence up to bat. And so if we can win 2 out of those 3 areas, I think that will help us be really successful this season.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. It should be a great start to the season here.
Yes, we're very excited. Thanks for having me.
Again, that was Emma Harden, head coach of the Brookings Bobcats on our Coaches Conversations. Up next, our chat with head coach of the Gazelles, Jill Muth.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotes. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all. On our coaches' conversations for the first time of the year, head coach Jill Muth of the Yankton Gazelles. Coach, great to be back for softball season. What's the excitement like right now for you and the team?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be a great day to go up to Brookings and play some softball. So we can't, opening day is always exciting, right? You think about major leagues and all these other teams with their opening days. So this is always a fun day when we get rolling.
And could you tell me about the open to the year that you've had in practice?
Yeah, it's been a little crazy. Our first official day we could practice, we had a snow day, so we didn't get to be outside then. And we've had about 3 nice days and about 7 not that great days. So we've been outside for 3 days to practice, but we are making do the best we can. And, I know it's the same for everybody, so it's not like, anybody else has been outside a lot more than we have. So we're just, we did the best with the facilities we have here in town, and we're going to go play and see how it works out.
And what are some things you think that your team could really excel at during the year?
Yeah, we got a lot of people that are really close. So I think, in talent and ability-wise, and so I think we're going to have a lot of people that can be played in different positions, and we're excited to see who comes out and steps up with the opportunities they have and run with them and sees who's going to be our leaders this year.
And coming up, it's your first game, and it's in Brookings against the Bobcats. What are some things that you would really like to see your team do well in the first game?
Yeah, we're looking to, swing at good pitches, and we're looking to, make the routine plays. That's kind of our goal. If we can make the routine plays, that's going to make us successful. And once in a while, if we make some fantastic plays, great. But as long as we can make the routine plays, that's what we're hoping to do.
And 3 seniors on your team, including Kyra Churchma, Madison Musfelt, and Eliza Gurney. Tell me about each of them and why they're so important to the team and why you love having them.
Yeah, we'll start with Eliza. Eliza came out last year and was our leading hitter. She had a fantastic year, and Eliza is one that's a gal of few words. She just goes out and goes to work. She just does whatever you ask of her, and she's going to work hard at it and do her best, and just whatever you want, she's going to take care of. Madison, kind of the same thing. She played first base for us last year because she was dealing with a shoulder injury. And it's probably not her natural position, but that's where she's going to start for us this year as well, just because she's had some surgery over the summer and is kind of working on getting healed up. And, she is one of our more vocal leaders, is really good about being positive and reaching out and just being a good example and a leader for our younger kids. And then Kyra is just so competitive. She is a 4-year starter for us and has had, a great 4 years for us. And I, hope at the end of her 4 years, we can put her name up on our leaderboard for a lot of different positions. But she's, we're hoping for her to have another great year and go out there and lead by example and then find ways to positively impact our team through leadership and just being a good softball player.
And then coming up, you're going to have a bus ride for a couple hours and maybe a couple hours to kind of get in that final talk with your team. What is that going to be like?
Yeah, it's game day. Let's go do it. Let's go compete. Let's go work hard. And we get 19 opportunities this year to go compete together, and then with the hopes of, making a playoff run, and but these first 19, we have to go take advantage of all of them and see if we can go out and win as many as we can.
Well, appreciate the time, Coach. Looking forward to another season of Gazelle softball. Good luck in this one, and we'll talk with you after the game.
Absolutely. Thanks, Zach. We appreciate your coverage.
Again, that was head coach Jill Muth of the Yankton Gazelles. Coming up, it's the season opener between Yankton and the Brookings Bobcats, right here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
And back to the field as it is getting closer and closer to time for the first pitches. We'll have our starting lineups and national anthem here on the field as the Gazelles in their road red jerseys with black pants. On the flip side for the Brookings Bobcats, all white jersey and pants trimmed out in red. It is the Brookings Bobcats and the Yankton Gazelles in the season opener. It is the first game in all of Double-A right now, as there's multiple games that will happen today, but this is the official first game in Double-A to be played. First pitch set for 4 o'clock. Also going on today, Harrisburg taking on Sioux Falls Jefferson. Sioux Falls Washington will take on O'Gorman. Sioux Falls Christian will take on Brandon Valley, and T-Area will take on Sioux Falls Lincoln. With it being the season opener, wanted to do something a little extra here for the broadcast, and so just last week was able to chat with the seniors of this Yankton squad, and more so had them talking to me and interviewing them, letting them do it all. You hear enough of me talking, as now it is time to hear the thoughts on what's coming up this season here for the Gazelles. These are the seniors.
Hi, this is Kyra Churchma, senior from Yankton Gazelles. What I'm most looking forward to this season is playing one last season with my best friends. I started playing softball because I saw my sister playing and wanted to follow in her footsteps. My favorite position to play in the field is shortstop. My goals for the season are to just have fun. A memory I have playing softball as a Gazelle is winning 7th at state. A fun fact about me is that I play hockey. My favorite band artist is ABBA. My plans for after high school are studying at USD and major in accounting. When I'm at the plate, my favorite pitch to see an outside fastball.
Hi, this is Eliza Gurney, senior for the Yankton Gazelles. What I'm looking forward to most this season is I think the team dynamic is going to be a lot better this year. I've seen a lot of the freshmen playing since they were really young, so I'm looking forward to see what they can bring with us. I started playing softball because my family's a big softball family. My grandma played and my dad played, and I have a lot of umpires in the family, so it kind of just, we started and kept going. My favorite position is the outfield. I've been playing outfield since I was 8, and I don't know, I just like it out there. My goals for this season, I think one of my goals is to just keep producing at the plate, bring some of what I ended with last year back, and to keep making plays for the team and everything. A memory I have playing softball as a Gazelle, probably some of the plays that we've made as a team last year. I had some really good catches out in left field, and probably the home run I hit against Stevens last year. That was really fun. Fun fact about me, I've been playing outfield for forever, but a couple years ago they needed somebody to pitch, and I had pitched when I was younger, and I picked it back up, and I think it thoroughly helped the team. And last year they pulled me in to play infield, and by the end of the season I was playing shortstop. Never played there before, but that was fun. My favorite band, I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite, but I listen to a lot of like Christian radio and like that kind of music. My plans for after high school, I plan to go up to Northern State up in Aberdeen and study music ed. I've always had a thing for music, and I don't know, I just enjoy it. When I'm at the plate, my favorite pitch, I hit like everything, but I think the pitch that I hit the most are outside. I've broken a few bats hitting outside pitches, so I think my favorite pitches are outside pitches.
Hi, this is Madison Musfelt, senior for the Yankton Gazelles, and what I'm most looking forward to this season is being able to play with 2 of the seniors I've been playing with for 4 years now, and I think we have a lot of chemistry, so that will definitely be big. I started playing softball because, I started playing like 14 years ago, so I don't know. I just picked it up because I thought it would be fun, and I'm still playing, so. My favorite position to play in the field is definitely third base, but I've been playing first base because of an injury. Goals for the season definitely are making the state tournament, hopefully. A memory I have playing softball as a Gazelle is freshman year state probably, was super fun. My plans after high school are going to Mount Marty to play softball and study criminal justice on a pre-law track. And when I'm at the plate, my favorite pitch to see is probably something low. Say low and outside probably.
And back to the field again, you just heard from the seniors on the Yankton squad that include Madison Musfelt, Eliza Gurney, and Kyra Churchma here as Gazelle softball nearly underway as both teams ready to roll. Bobcats hosting the Yankton Gazelles here in Brookings, South Dakota for the season opener, not only for these 2 teams, but for the entirety of Double-A. It's time for your starting lineups, which are brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling, anytime, any day. First, we'll set the field in the lineup for the Brookings Bobcats, who host the Yankton Gazelles. Leading off will be number 2, the right fielder, Kella Forster. On deck will be the center fielder, number 12, Isla Eidsness. The third hitter in the lineup for the Bobcats, the shortstop, number 3, Grace Ramza. In the circle, starting it off, and in the cleanup spot, number 7, Ella Pazik. In the 5 spot, batting and field position-wise at third base, number 1, it's Kendall Lindstedt. Batting 6th, number 6, the left fielder, Bryn Fleming. At second base, number 21, Layla Erickson. The designated player will be hitting in the 8th spot, number 15, Logan Feige. And to round off the Bobcats batting lineup, first baseman, number 18, Kinsey Grenler. And behind home plate, won't be hitting, but will be playing the field, number 5 is Ramsey Heinricher. The Bobcats are coached by Emma Harden. Now the starting lineup for your Yankton Gazelles for the first time of the season. Leading off is the center fielder, number 3, Callie Koletsky. Following her on deck, the shortstop, it's number 2, Jocelyn Burns. Batting third, the left fielder, number 22, Eliza Gurney. And in the cleanup spot behind home plate, it is number 23, Kyra Churchma. Batting fifth for the Gazelles at first base, number 1, Madison Musfelt. In the 6th spot, the third baseman, number 8, Ava Gerard. Batting 7th for Yankton, the second baseman, number 6, Brooklyn King. In the circle here for Yankton, batting 8th, number 29 is Reese Gary. And to round off the Yankton Gazelles, line up the right fielder, number 9, Olivia Puck. Gazelles are coached by Jill Muth. The reserves for Yankton include Claire Taggart, Keely Mosier, Isabel Gurney, Hannah Chrisman, Isabel Sheldon, September Rao, and Brenna Elwood. Reserves for the Bobcats include Avery Eliason, Olivia Hove, Tenley Sneer, Zoe Miller, Jordan Anderson, Reese Christensen, and Taya Tweet. Both teams have been announced onto the field here as the Yankton Gazelles in red, for Brookings in all white. As we near closer and closer to our national anthem, and here it is right before tip-off here in Brookings.
Proper respect for the flag is to remove your hats, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may salute and show proper respect to the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you, Ella and Zoe.
Again, you just heard the national anthem here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube as it is game time. It's time to play some ball as the Brookings Bobcats host the Yankton Gazelles here on its way. The top of the first inning will return, and when we do, at the plate will be Callie Koletsky to lead things off. Jocelyn Burns on deck and Eliza Gurney in the hole. For the Bobcats in the circle, Ella Pazik and Ramsey Heinricher behind home plate. That's all here for first pitch on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
And on to the field, it is game time as we load up our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard with Callie Koletsky to lead things off here for Yankton, working against the pitcher, Ella Pazik of the Brookings Bobcats. And the first pitch of the season is low and in the dirt for ball one. Koletsky at the plate with Jocelyn Burns on deck. In the hole, Eliza Gurney and Kyra Churchma, the cleanup hitter here to open for the Yankton Gazelles. Yankton, the first opportunity to score as the away team. A swing and a miss there from Koletsky. Took a good cut, a nice pitch there from Pazik. As when her team's at the plate, she will be the cleanup hitter for the Bobcats. 1 ball, 1 strike as Pazik right back into the circle, winds up. Fires it home, Koletsky off the bat, up the middle, and the first base hit of the season belongs to Callie Koletsky. A hard hit grounder up the middle for a single, and Yankton's got a base runner. That brings up Jocelyn Burns to the plate. She's got a base runner on first, and her first count of the season. Koletsky on first, Burns at the plate, takes the first one for a called strike one. Great opportunity with a runner and no outs here for Yankton. Burns at the plate, Gurney now waits on deck. Pazik looks to her side for the call here. Next pitch. Burns holds off and called for a strike. Found the upper half of the zone there. 0-2 the count. So Burns now facing an 0-2 count. Will have to fight and, as they say, swing if it's close. The 0-2, swing and a miss and a strikeout. Our first out here of the game. Burns goes down swinging, and it brings up Eliza Gurney to the plate, facing 1 out with 1 runner on. Gurney, the leading hitter for Yankton last season, as you heard from her earlier. Trying to bring that into this season as well. She's got Callie Koletsky on first waiting for her. Takes the first pitch, ball 1. That one well high, maybe a touch outside as well. Gurney, a lefty in the lineup. Churchmo waits on deck. Gurney will be in left field here for Yankton. The 1-0 pitch, now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out here for Eliza Gurney at the plate. The 2-0 pitch here from Pazik, low, and it's 3-0. Taking off her second here is Callie Koletsky, and she'll take second safely. Now in scoring position here for Yankton. Couldn't put up a run last year against Brookings. Looking to get one right off of the bat here. 3-0 the count for Eliza Gurney. You wonder if she's given the hold or if she's got the green light. She'll take that one for a called strike. That one right down the pipe. Gurney, no swing yet. She's seen 4 pitches, and that has resulted in a 3-1 count. 1 out, runner on second with Callie Koletsky. Pazik winds up, fires at Gurney. Swing and a miss. Full count now here. And a big pitch here for Pazik. So Gurney got her first swing in, now the payoff pitch. With one out, she'll foul it back and keep it alive for one more. Again on second, Callie Koletsky. She had a single just out of the outstretched reach of the shortstop. Stole second just moments ago. Still one out, 3-2 the count. Eliza Gurney working against Ella Pazik. And the next one, another fouled off, making better contact that time, Gurney, and fouls it out of play. Now as a pitcher, you gotta wonder, is she coming around? Do I need to throw something off speed, or is that too risky with 3 balls? So much goes into each and every pitch here. We'll see how the Bobcats play it here. 3-2 for the third time here. It was high, but a swing and a miss. And a strikeout there brings up Kyra Churchma to the plate. So Kyra Churchma at the plate here, has a runner on second with Callie. And 2 strikeouts already for Pazik. Churchma, another senior here of this Gazelle squad. Sits on the first one, finds the outside zone for strike 1. And on deck is Madison Musfelt, the third and final senior of the Gazelles. All 3 batting right in a row here. Although their positions in the field couldn't be much more opposite. Left field, catcher, and first base. 0-1 the count here. Churchma waits the next pitch. It's well low in the dirt. Blocked forward there by Heinricher. Did a nice job to not let the runner advance. 1-1 the count with 2 outs and a runner on second with Koletsky. Kyra Churchma at the plate. Madison Musfelt on deck. The next pitch. Churchma gets a good piece of that into right field. It goes off of the glove. It'll be an error and a score for Yankton. Yankton strikes first after Churchma reaches on the error. Koletsky all the way around home. 1-0 Yankton leads on the Fox stop of Yankton scoreboard, with Madison Musfelt now at the plate. Her first at bat of the season has a runner on first and 2 outs she faces. 1-0 Yankton leads this one. Their first lead of the season in the top of the first here against Brookings. First pitch well high, ball 1. Ella Pazik, only a sophomore here for Brookings and in the circle, and well, we'll see that on the flip side for Yankton as well with Reese Gary. So some youth in the circle here. Next pitch just misses, ball 2. Reese Gary, as a freshman, did see some time pitching here in varsity last season. Expect that amount to be tripled, if not even more innings than that. 2-0 the count here. Pazik, the next one. Finds her way to the zone, makes it a 2-1 count. Musfelt, no swing yet. It's a very common thing you don't swing at the first pitch. You know, some people love it, some people don't. As we saw earlier, Koletsky, first good look she had, took a swing, got a base hit. The rest have let it go by as Musfelt lofts that one high up. It's going to stay in the infield. Pazik calls off the rest, and it will be a fly out for out number 3. So for the Gazelles, 1 run scored off of 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. After our first half inning of play, it's 1-0 on our Fox stop of Yankton scoreboard. Yankton leads the Fox stop at the corner of West St. Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton. A full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizza, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Should have had those brakes checked. At Graham Tire, it's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
And back to the field we go. Bottom of the first inning, Yankton leads it 1-0 over the Brookings Bobcats, who are now at the plate for the first time of their season. Leading things off will be Calla Forster, with Isla Eidsness on deck and Grace Ramza in the hole. And for your Gazelles, Reese Gary in the circle pitching, and Kyra Churchma behind home plate. Gary's first pitch, high and away. The count. Forster at the plate here, trying to get a quick start here for her Bobcats, who trail 1-0 as Gary, just a hair outside, misses. 2-0 the count. Next one right back up to Gary, just barely slips by her, and it gets through. Calla Forster will reach first, and just kind of unfortunate placement there for Yankton. It was just out of the hands of Reese Gary. And then at second, not much time for Brooklyn King to make a play, as I believe Forster would have ran that one out. We'll count it as a single and a base hit for Brookings. So now Isla Eidsness at the plate. Took a step forward, rips it out of play. It goes 0-1. So Gary has thrown a few strikes in a row now here after a couple of balls to start the game. And that one does miss high. 1-1 the count. Eidsness at the plate, the center fielder for Brookings. On deck, Grace Ramza, the shortstop. Gary with the 1-1 pitch, and just misses high. 2-1 the count here as the Bobcats trying to get that run back they gave up in the top of the first. And the 2-1, a steal over to second. Churchman gets the throw, and sliding through is Forster. As that one is close as they come. Burns had the catch and tried to get the tag on as quick as possible, but it will result in a runner on second here in Calla Forster for the Bobcats. 3-1 the count, now 3-2 as it's a full. Gary with a nice pitch there. Isla Eidsness has fouled one off in this at bat. The 3-2, it's hit hard and into left field, backing up and making the catch for out number one. The throw now to third. It'll actually hit Forster, and because it hit her, it bounces way off. She'll score it. So we're tied up. Forster scores after getting hit on the run to third. Catch made by Callie Koletsky in center. And one out, no runners on now here for the Bobcats. It's 1-1. We're all knotted up in the bottom of the first. Grace Ramza now at the plate with Ella Pazik on deck. It's the 3-4 hitters for the Bobcats. That one high from the hands of Gary. (1-0) the pitch, and 2-0 now. And you never fully know what to expect until you get into the softball season. As that one hit hard and grounded out, almost making its way into the Gazelles dugout. Luckily, it just hits the fence. So Ramza, 2-1 the count here. Going to be the second base runner for her team. A hard hit, line drive into right field. It one hops to the fence. Scooped up, and Ramza's going to have a standing double. A nice piece of bat that one was for the second hit here for Brookings. Ramza there with the extra base hit, and it brings up the cleanup hitter, and Ella Pazik.
Batting fourth for the Bobcats, starting pitcher, number 7, Ella
Pazik was in the circle for her team. Our first pitcher's duel of the game. Sat on that one, but it's called for a strike one. Yankton trying to push this a tie ball game into the second. Bobcats an opportunity here, though. Runner on second with just one out and your cleanup hitter at the plate. Next one, Pazik will foul off, and straight back it goes. 0-2 the count. As Churchman will fire it back to Reese Gary. 0-2 the count, and now is when you can really, if you need to try something, go for it. The 0-2, that one fouled off and out of play. It'll stay the same on your count. So Gary has not thrown a ball here in this at bat in 3 pitches. 0-2 the count remains, and just missing outside on that one. And those are the kind of pitches you like to see from your pitcher on an 0-2 count. You know, it's called a ball, but every now and then you're going to get that called a strike. You want to paint those corners and the edges of the zone, and that one felt like she certainly was nearing the edge of the strike zone. That one lofted high up into shallow right field. It's going to be brought in for out number 2. And the catch made in right by Olivia Puck. That is the second ball she's had hit her way. Brings this one in, and of course the first one didn't have much of a chance as it just sort of a line drive above her head. Kendall Lindstedt now at the plate. 2 out she faces with a runner on second, the 5th batter in the lineup. Gary, another strike, and it's a line drive back out to right field. Puck will scoop it up, and a score here for Brookings. Brookings with their first lead here of the game. As coming around is Ramza, and an RBI single for Kendall Lindstedt. 3 base hits here for the Bobcats in the first inning. 2 runs resulting from that, and now at the plate, Bryn Fleming, the left fielder. Gary fires it in, a grounder over to short. Burns picks it up, a good throw to first, and gets it in time for out number 3. So Yankton gets out of the inning here, but not before giving up 2 runs off of 3 base hits and 1 left on base for the Bobcats. After our first inning, it's 2-1. The Bobcats currently in the lead. When we return, leading off here for the Yankton Gazelles will be Ava Gerard. It's here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes, They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kalen's to anyone.
And back onto the field, it's 2-1 with the Bobcats currently leading the Yankton Gazelles. Yankton leading off will be the third baseman Ava Gerard, followed by Brooklyn King on deck and Reese Gary in the hole. It's the top of the second inning as we are officially 1 inning into the softball season, about 20 minutes after first pitch of the game.
Batting sixth for the Gazelles, the third baseman, number 8, Ava Gerard.
Ava Gerard with her first plate appearance here of the season as Brooklyn King awaits on deck. Ella Pazik with 2 strikeouts, still in the circle after just 1 inning. And the first pitch of our second, a swing and a miss there for Gerard, a good pitch from Pazik. 0-1 your count here. Yankton at their 6th batter in their lineup. The 0-1 right down the pipe. Again, a swing and a miss there from Gerard. She swung at 2 nice pitches. Those are the one you want her swinging at. But now down 0-2 gives Pazik the advantage here to throw what she wants. Now you've got to protect the plate. The 0-2 just outside, and again, that's one you probably like to see your pitcher throw in an 0-2, so Pazik just a touch outside, try and get that batter to chase it. Couldn't get her to bite, move on to the next one. You know, you've still got a few balls before a walk, so 1-2 the count. Next one, Gerard will foul straight back into the backstop it goes. And count stays the same as Gerard stays alive in it for one more. At least one more, I should say. One ball, 2 strikes here. Pazik looking over to Hardin. Another 1-2 pitch coming up here. It's low, scooped up as Heinricher gets it out of the dirt. Knotted up at 2-2. So far, a nice at bat for Gerard, swinging at the right ones, letting the bad ones go. And now finds herself in a 2-2 count here as the leadoff hitter of the top of the second. Pazik's next one low, and all of a sudden a full count as Gerard found herself down 0-2 right away. Fouled off the next thrown strike, and a payoff pitch coming up here for Pazik. Neither side has seen a walk. And should Gerard get walked, would be an impressive at-bat here, the next one. It is low and away, and Gerard takes first. A great at-bat. You can't ask for much more from your leadoff hitter. Gerard now on first after the walk, and Brooklyn King now up to the plate. So that is our first walk of the game here, and Yankton again back-to-back innings with a leadoff runner. Brooklyn King, the second baseman, at the plate. Reese Gary, the pitcher, on deck, and Pazik, after the walk, fires one the same spot about as that ball 4. Low and outside it goes. So Pazik trying to find her rhythm here as she fires that one well. A swing from King. And strike one. 1-1 the count here. And you can hear Coach Hardin shouting out numbers. It's gotta wonder as that one fouled back up out of play. Coach Muth down the third base line. Not many signals there for King as got a 1-2 situation. No outs, top of the second. It's probably swing away if you like it. Next one, low and in, 2-2 your count. Similar at bat at what we just saw for Gerard. We'll see how Pazik answers here in the circle. Gary will continue waiting on deck and timing up Pazik. As that one just low. Count now full and back-to-back batters here. Yankton would certainly take another walk. They do the same as a base hit. Count full yet again, no outs, a runner on first. At the plate, Brooklyn King here working against Ella Pazik. That one fired in well, but it's fouled out of play and into one of the other fields on the complex. Another 3-2 pitch as King making Pazik work for it. Three-two your count. And did she go? Yes, and that will be strike three. So strikeout number 3 for Pazik. Only 4 outs into the game. Now Reese Gary steps up to the plate. And the first pitch wild, gets to the backstop. Taking off and taking second is Ava Gerard. As I sift through my files to try to find my Reese Gary graphic, I made them a few days ago, should have it. As hopefully we'll get that by the next time she's at the plate. Next one fired in right down the middle for a called strike one. Or strike two, all over the place, I apologize. Runner on second here with Ava Gerard. It is Reese Gary at the plate. On deck, Olivia Puck, and then that brings the top of Yankton's lineup after her. That one, a line drive over to first, a nice snag, and then the throw to second. It makes its way to left field, and taking third now will be Gerard. So it might be an out, but a hit does advance the runner. Reese Gary made good contact. Nothing to hang your hat on. Just unfortunately sitting there right at first was Kinsey Grenler. 2 outs and a runner on third with Olivia Puck now at the plate. So Olivia Puck stands in for her first at bat. First one, a called strike one. So Puck in at the plate, takes a swing, the off speed there from Pazik. Worked well, 0-2 now the count as Brookings trying to hang on to their 1-run lead here. But Yankton with a runner on third. Base hit for sure scores her. Yankton trying to get her across as Callie Koletsky awaits on deck. Swing and a miss, and Pazik gets out of the pickle there with another strikeout. 4 already for her in the game as Yankton no runs off of no hits, no errors. 1 left on base as Gerard reached third off of the walk. 1.5 innings in, we enter our bottom of the second when we return. Bobcats at the plate. Their 7th hitter will be at the plate in Layla Erickson.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
Bottom of the second inning, Brookings leads Yankton in a tight one, 2-1. After Yankton left a runner on third there in the top of the second inning, which was the game-tying run. Now for the Bobcats, the seventh hitter to lead things off, Layla Erickson, with Logan Feige on deck and Kinsey Grenler in the hole. First pitch misses, ball one. 1-0 the count as Erickson holding her bat out and pulls it back. Ball two. Erickson, her first at bat of the year, the second baseman to start for Brookings, and she sends it out to right field off of a grounder and a base hit. Brookings with a base runner. Erickson got a nice piece of that one, and in the gap between second and first, sends it to right field, and again, standing on first, she will have a single with Logan Feige now at the plate, and a runner on first. No outs. First pitch is good for a strike. Oh, 1 the count. On first, Layla Erickson, Feige at the plate. Reese Gary firing it from the circle. That pitch just a hair outside. Gary steps back in for the 1-1 pitch. Again, not missing by much, but seems to kind of have that spot right there where it's just barely a ball. You know, the close ones where you don't say anything on air until you make sure the umpires made the call. 2-1 the count now. Nice swing and maybe got a piece of it, but into the gloves of Churchma it goes, and 2-2 your count now. On deck for the Bobcats is the ninth hitter, Kinsey Grenler, then the top of their lineup, as they'd love to bat it around. Yankton trying to keep it within 1 run to send it into the third. Next pitch just inside. Count now full here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Brookings looking for runner number 2 in the bottom of the second. An important pitch here early in the game. Runner on first, no outs. It's the 8th batter with Feige at the plate. It's sent in and it's called for strike 3. So Reese Gary, in a crucial time, gets her first strikeout of the season. So Kinsey Grenler, the first baseman at the plate, coming off an inning which saw her making a nice grab at first, which, had she not brought it in, could have been trouble for Brookings. The off-speed pitch there into the dirt, throw down from Churchma, and throw won't make it in time. So ball 1 as Layla Erickson takes second. Gary on the off-speed pitch just didn't quite put enough on it. Gary in the circle, fires it home and inside. Two all your count here, 1 out and a runner on second. At the plate, Kinsey Grenler working against Reese Gary with Calla Forster on deck. Next pitch misses high, making it 3-0, and now you need a strike here. Calla Forster, the leadoff hitter of the game for Brookings, on deck, is 1 for 1 off of that slow dribbler in the infield, and ball 4 here. As taking the walk is Kinsey Grenler. And that is Gary's first walk of the game. And now some pressure on the Gazelles defense with Calla Forster at the plate. Again, it was a slow dribbler that just got by Gary's glove. Over to second it went, but by that time she was going to outrun it. She puts the ball up off the backstop. It goes 0-1 the count. 0-1 the count, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Calla Forster, her second at bat of the game. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. No swing. If you're a fan of Yankton Gazelles softball, our planned coverage here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube, is every game outside of next Tuesday's matchup in Aberdeen Central. Outside of that, we are planning coverage on every single game. 0-2 the count, a hard hit grounder over to second, picked up. A nice play for out number 2. Runners will advance. So Layla Erickson to third, Kinsey Grenler to second, and Calla Forster will ground out. At second, Brooklyn King making a nice grab, picking it up, and gets the out. So Yankton, an opportunity to not give up a run, but they need an out here. Isla Eidsness at the plate, the second hitter, flew out to deep center field earlier, and this one had a good piece of it. The off-speed pitch gets her swinging and missing. 0-1 the count. Gary leads 0-1 in the count. Eidsness moved up after a little ahead of that last pitch. Next one, low and away, 1-1 the count. Again, Reese Gary, even though only a sophomore, has plenty of pitching experience at the varsity level. Saw plenty of action as a freshman last season. That pitch misses. Outside, ball 2. On deck awaits Grace Ramza, who has the lone extra base hit of the game with a double that brought home Forster in the first inning. Next one fouled off and evened up. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. And the second hitter at the plate with Isla Eidsness. Gazelles trying to get out of this one, keeping it a 1-run game. Bobcats runners on second and third, 2 outs here, and now a full count as that pitch sent high from Gary. Got a breeze out here in Brookings, but still a beautiful day for softball, keeping us a little cool here as high 70s for the day. A grounder over to first, bobbled, but then picked up by Musfeldt for out number 3, and a good defensive set there for the Gazelles, who stand strong. They give up no runs off of 1 hit and 2 left on base. It is 2-1 after our first 2 innings of action. Heading into the top of the third inning, it will be for the Gazelles, the top of their lineup, with Callie Koletsky to lead things off. That's when we return here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Rabin Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Rabin Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Rabin Books, where every book finds a home.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
And back to the field here as the throwdown for the Brookings Bobcats. As leading things off here will be Callie Koletsky for the Yankton Gazelles. They trail 2-1 here against the Brookings Bobcats in what's been a good one so far to start here tonight. Game that was originally slotted for tomorrow at 6 o'clock, now here on a Monday at 4 o'clock. Callie Koletsky at the plate, top of the third inning here. Officially ready to get underway as both teams scoring runs in the first and not the second. Koletsky again right up the middle. She starts 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Callie Koletsky showing why she is a leadoff hitter here. As the top of the third, she'll start with a single that gets through, this time between the shortstop and second baseman. Now Jocelyn Burns at the plate. And the throw down there, Koletsky gets thrown out. Apologize for the little bit of silence there as getting a phone call. We've got all of our graphics now into our computer. We'll have them here. Big thank you to Michael Schumacher at the station for helping me take care of that. As Jocelyn Burns at the plate here. And the throw down, Koletsky getting thrown out at second. Now an out with no runners on here. Next pitch as it's hit over to first, scooped up, and touching first there for the out will be Kinsey Grenler. Jocelyn Burns grounds out. And now Eliza Gurney, her second at bat of the game. Gazelles now looking for a 2-out rally here with their trio of seniors all here with Gurney at the plate, Kyra Churchma on deck, and Madison Musfeldt in the hole. Gurney right away puts it into center field, but the line drive is caught. That's good contact there from Eliza Gurney, just the wrong spot there as it's pulled in center field by Isla Eidsness. So 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base for Yankton, but players are starting to make contact here, and we'll see how that plays out for the remainder of the game. After 2.5 innings, it is 2-1, Bobcats in the lead. When we return, bottom of the third inning with Grace Ramza for Brookings to lead things off here on the field. Appreciate you tuning in here today. I'm Zach Spear on Yankton streaming on YouTube, and I'll be here for the entire Gazelles softball season. Looking forward to it. Should be a fun one this year.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
And back to the field, bottom of the third inning. Reese Gary remains in the circle with Kyra Churchma behind home plate. For the Bobcats, they lead 2-1, and Grace Ramza here will lead things off with Ella Pazik on deck and Kendall Lindstedt in the hole. That trio went 2 for 3 in their first time around. First pitch misses, ball 1. 1-0 the count here. Ramza coming off a double in the first inning, and I correct my previous statement, did not score the runner, but advanced Forrester, and then it was brought home by Kendall Lindstedt. Next pitch, gets to the backstop, ball 2. So Grace Ramza looking to go 2 for 2 to start this one, and she will take it off of the leg, and she's hit by the pitch. Our first bean of the season. Not like most people think. It's not a beam with an M, it's bean with an N. Ella Pazik now at the plate here with a runner on first and no outs. Pazik, the pitcher here for the Bobcats and the cleanup hitter. A great situation to be, especially for your 4-hitter with no outs and a runner on. Hard hit grounder to short, bounces off of the glove of Burns, and she'll pick it up, but not in time. It will be the first error in the field here for Yankton.
Batting fourth for the Bobcats, the third baseman, number 1, Kendall Lindstedt.
So Kendall Lindstedt now at the plate, and similar situation for her as has runners on first and second with no outs. We do get a courtesy runner at first in place of Pazik with Jordan Anderson running in her place. Kendall Lindstedt 1 for 1 in the game. Hit a single, and that did bring around their first run of the game. First pitch low and in. Now both teams here with an error in the game, and you think about it, first game of the season, and 3 innings in, we've got 2 total errors. Not the worst play you've seen out in the field for sure, and there's been a lot of hits so far. Next pitch off of the plate, it bounces, and nice job by Kyra Churchma behind home plate to keep that in front. Runners stay put. 2-0 now the count with no outs. Lindstedt at the plate with Bryn Fleming on deck. It's Grace Ramza on second with Ella Pazik at first. The windup here for Gary, and it's hit high up again. It's sent out to right field. Puck running over, makes the grab pretty nonchalantly as well. Throws it down to third, but there was no play at third. Runners stay put. Olivia Puck has kept busy out in right field here. It has certainly been a game where right field is one of the fun positions here for Puck in this one. So Bryn Fleming now at the plate. Faces 1 out, runners on first and second. Brookings still in a decent position here. Yankton trying to work their way out of it. Gary gets in a strike. She's done a nice job, has only given up a walk and a bean. Other than that, everything has been earned for Brookings. That pitch high and maybe a touch outside. Churchma makes sure Ramza stays put on second. Again, it's Jordan Anderson on first in place of Ella Pazik, running for her pitcher. Next pitch, kind of the same spot, high again, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, and an out here. Reese Gary working against the 6th hitter in the Bobcats lineup, Bryn Fleming. The 2-1, it's hit, and a shallow fly caught by Jocelyn Burns at shortstop for out number 2. It's another position. So really, Jocelyn Burns and Olivia Puck have stayed busy between shortstop and right field in the game here today. Now Layla Erickson at the plate. Had a nice grounder, just found the perfect spot between second and first in her first at bat. 1 for 1 in this game. Runners on first and second now. She faces 2 outs, and that one scooped out of the dirt by Churchma. If you love Gazelles softball and want to be notified every time we go live with it, subscribe to Yankton Streaming on YouTube. That'll let you know 30 minutes before we go live, as well as when we go live with our pregame for Gazelles softball. Again, planning on coverage on all games outside of next Tuesday's game against Aberdeen Central. That ball fouled off and will be picked up at third, and they'll run it back. Ava Gerard, the third baseman for Yankton. I believe outside of throws from the outfield, that might be the first time she has been forced to move from her spot at third. Reese Gary, the next one, just inside, ball 2. If you're Yankton, you really would like to get this one here, because then you even look at your next inning in the field. Then you'd start with the 8 and 9 batters. Now, of course, that's all. You might end up paying for it, but you do what you can, and you'd really like that setup for you heading into the next one. That one, again, low and in the dirt, gets by, and runners advance. Now 3-1 the count here. Gary and the Gazelles. Again with runners in scoring position, and we'll try to not allow anyone to cross home. In the circle, Reese Gary. The 3-1 pitch sends it high, and that is her second walk here. But now it is a force out at all positions here. Not the worst walk you could give up. Runners on first, second, and third. A force out at any of the plates. Logan Feige at the plate, struck out watching it in her last at bat. Is the 1 strikeout for Gary in this game, as she will start piling those up throughout the season, I'm sure. Gary, the 1-0 pitch. It's fouled off and into the backstop. And coming into the season, we're maybe thinking Daly Hughes and Reese Gary. Unfortunately, Daly Hughes won't be able to play this season, so she'll have to look towards next year, but certainly will be a very good player that Yankton is going to be happy to have back next year. And so essentially what that means for Reese Gary is she's got to do a lot of the work in the circle. Next pitch comes across high, 2-1. Yankton cannot give up a walk here. If they should, Brookings will find themselves with another run coming across. The 3-1 and over to short. Burns makes the nice play and will prevent any score from coming across here for the Bobcats. No runs off of no hits, 1 error, and 3 left on base for the Bobcats as we are 3 innings in, and Yankton back up to the plate when we return. Kyra Churchma at the plate. She's got the lone RBI in the game for Yankton.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Back to the field, top of the 4th inning here. It's 2-1. Your score remains. It's the same as since we had after our first inning. 2-1 with the Bobcats leading. Kyra Churchma, the cleanup hitter for Yankton, will lead things off here with Madison Musfelt on deck and Ava Gerard in the hole. Churchma with the error reached in the first inning. That also scored Callie Koletsky. It was off of the right fielder's glove, and she'll take a called strike one. Churchma, a very capable hitter here for the Gazelles. You heard Jill talking about her in the interview and kind of saying, would like to see her named by a lot of the records here for this team. Got her on the off speed there. 0-2 the count, and now Churchma will be forced to protect as Pazik likes where she's standing in this at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. It's the leadoff hitter with Kyra Churchma, Madison Musfelt on deck, as she stands in the circle towards the third baseline rather than the first, and that one just misses outside. And credit to Ella Pazik for, really hits that spot every time when she's up in the count, and one of these times you feel like she's probably going to get one of these Gazelles to swing at it. Has not yet, but that is one you'll take every single time. The 1-2 pitch high up off of the glove of the catcher, 2-2. And that one probably called a ball either way, but sometimes you do wonder if it's brought in, is there a better chance of it being called a strike? 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Kyra Churchma working her way back into this. It's knotted up at 2 apiece. Swing and a miss, and Pazik gets her for a strikeout. Pazik with number 5 on the K counter. Madison Musfelt now at the plate here. One out, no runners on here for Musfelt. The first baseman for Yankton said her preferred position is third, but with injuries and stuff, she's kind of been kept at first base as she takes a called strike one. And then when talking with her parents before game time, this is Musfelt's first game back since last July. Now, she's part of leagues that go year-round, but she has just got to be so happy to be back here on the field. 0-1 the count. Next one misses low. 1-1 the count. All ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Musfelt wearing number 1. As a swing and a miss there, Pazik firing well here in the 4th inning. And sometimes you see pitchers really hit their stride in these middle innings. You got to get warmed up a little bit. You're not tired yet. So these 3, 4, 5 innings, you kind of feel like probably going to see your best from your pitchers. And depending on the pitcher, could go into the 7th and strike 3 as going down swinging is Musfelt. Back-to-back strikeouts for Pazik with Ava Gerard now at the plate. So Gazelles looking for a 2-out rally here. They've got 2 base hits in the game, both belonging to Callie Koletsky. Off-speed pitch, no swing there from Gerard. Takes it for strike 1. So Pazik leads 0-1 in this count. Again, has fired extremely well here in the 4th inning. Sends that one high for a ball. 1-1 the count. As Heinricher will be forced to trot back and grab it. Gerard stands in the box here. 1-1 the count. Takes ball 2. In a game last year, I mean, if you just look at the difference between last year to this year, 16-0 was your score last season, and it was over in 3 innings of play in Yankton. Right now in the top of the 4th, 2-1. And Yankton hoping that's for a good sign here as ball 3 there from Pazik. 3-1 the count. Now that Yankton team last year certainly picked up some steam after a couple games. Just took a little bit longer to maybe get into game flow. But Gazelles looking to get back to the state tournament since the first year it was an opportunity. Fouling off that one is Gerard. 3-2 the count now full as Brooklyn King awaits on deck. Reese Gary in the hole. Gerard the 6th batter in the lineup for Yankton. And if you're new to Yankton softball, it was the first year it was a sanctioned sport. Yankton went to the state tournament. A swing and all 3 at the hands of Pazik. She has added up to 7 strikeouts now. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base. We are officially at the halfway point of our game. It is 2-1. The Bobcats lead entering the bottom of the 4th inning. When we return, the 9th hitter for Brookings at the plate in Kinsey Grenler. You'll want to keep it here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian district of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
And back to the field as the throwdown from Churchmont. It's time for the bottom of the 4th inning. I'd like to take a moment here to thank our Sportscaster Club members. Couldn't do these broadcasts without you. And gotta say, love getting to be a part of Yankton Athletics, as well as our Element sponsors, as our corporate sponsor of all Yankton Athletics. First, go to National Bank Yankton. Pregame's brought to you by Anytime Fitness of Yankton. Larry's Heating and Cooling brings you starting lineups. During football, last week's highlights brought to you by Larson Carpet. Our replays brought to you by Yankton Winelson. Water breaks, Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. Our scoreboard brought to you by the Fox Top of Yankton as the first pitch lofted up again into right field. And once again, Olivia Puck bringing it in as she is just racking up the outs in right field. Also sponsors of our Yankton Sportscaster. Vichet brings you halftime. Of course, no halftime during softball. And then halftime beyond the game brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort. Postgame is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. And after this game, we'll have our hot hitter of the game, which will be brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. Kinsey Grenler flew out for out number 1 now at the plate. Calla Forster, the leadoff hitter for the Bobcats. She's 1 for 2 in today's game. Swings, gets it over to third. A slow grounder, hard throw to first. Gets it in time. The stretch made by Musfeld on first. And a great play at first for Musfeld. Ava Gerard able to pick it up. It wasn't moving very fast, needed a strong throw, got it over, and Musfeldt stretched out about as much as she possibly could have to bring that one in. And 2 up, 2 down for the Bobcats brings up Isla Eidsness, the second hitter in this Bobcats lineup. 0 for 2 to start the game for her. First pitch just misses outside. And so far it's been a good defensive effort for the Gazelles, as only 1 error in the field. They've given up 2 runs. That was in that first inning. And since have held strong, they look to continue that as they want to get their bats rolling here. Gary, the 1-0 pitch. As that one off the plate, it bounces, but a swing still from Isla Eidsness evens up the count at a 1-1. Reese Gary steps into the circle, winds up the 1-1 pitch, a line drive hit into right field. It bounces and into the hands of Olivia Puck, and it will be a single hit there, the first base hit of the year for Isla Eidsness. And a runner for the Bobcats. Grace Ramza now at the plate. She is 1 for 1, also was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning of action. Yankton hasn't got her out yet. Looking to do that here. First pitch off of the plate, bounces. Nice scoop, though, by Kyra Churchma. She will keep Eidsness put on first. Game that could end up taking and going down to our final inning of action here, as it's looking like a good one. A hard hit liner that'll go into center field, picked up, and it will be a single. The throw to third won't make it in time. Grace Ramza is all over the ball here in today's game. 2 for 2 and was hit by a pitch. Now runners on first and third. First and third, always a situation, but with 2 outs, you wonder how aggressive Brookings will play it. Ella Pazik now at the plate, the cleanup hitter. We'll see how Yankton plays it, as it is a timeout on the field. She's brought to you by Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. Locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. So the Gazelles talking things over here in the circle is now for Brookings. Coach Harden talking with her group, both the base runners and the hitters at the plate, on deck. Anyone who's willing to listen here. But you kind of wonder, 2 outs, runners on first and third, and the cleanup hitter in it in a 1-run game. What is the go-to move here for your Coach Muth? Do you just put her on first as the cleanup hitter? Then again, you look at Kendall Lindstad, who's 1 for 2 behind her. Do you feel like you have a better chance of getting her out? We'll see how the Gazelles play it here as the huddles are broken up, and that will wrap up our water break here on the field. Two outs here, runners on first and second. Pazik at the plate, fakes the bunt. And the fake throw to second. Burns throws it home, but some wheels on Isla Eidsness. She'll score it. Grace Ramza takes second, and Brookings, with their first run scored since the first inning of action, puts it up to 3-1. Believe it was a called strike 1 here. And that is our largest lead of the game here, a 2-run lead. Just tells you it's a close one. It's been a good one here in Brookings. That one fouled straight back into the dugout, or into the backstop, 0-2. A little rusty, been a minute since we've had some softball or baseball, getting out of the basketball groove and right into softball. But when it's this nice outside, where else would you want to be than a ball diamond? As a hard hit grounder over to short. Burns bobbled it a little bit, but it makes up for it on the throw, and she'll throw out Ella Pazik for the third and final out here of our 4th inning of action. 1 run will score off of 2 hits and 1 left on base for the Bobcats. 4 innings in, 3 to go here. The Gazelles trail 3-1 on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. It's a close one, When we return for the Gazelles, it's their 7, 8, 9 hitters here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube into the top of the 5th inning.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers, and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
What does FloorTech do? When disaster strikes, water damage, mold growth, or fire cleanup, call the team you can trust. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration. They respond fast to protect your home or business and restore it the right way with honesty, integrity, and top-notch service. Their crews proudly serve Southeast South Dakota and Northeast Nebraska, including Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, and Sioux Falls. For 24/7 emergency service, call 800-507-1822. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech or visit them at floortechrestoration.com.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. I carry Tribal, Lulu Bee, Ethel, Southern Lady, and Old Ranch. I have other brands too. The nursery has everything you need for babies. Copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, bag sleepers, and baptism. Toddler clothing, boys and girls Under Armour to size 7, toys, little golden books, and other unique kids' toys. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
And back in time for the top of the 5th inning, where Brooklyn King will lead things off here for the Bobcats, as we do have a change in the circle for Brookings, as Ella Pazik no longer pitching. She had 4 innings pitched, gave up 1 run, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And now it will be Avery Eliason for the Bobcats, as Yankton will be forced to deal with a new pitcher here. We'll see how that pans out here. Brooklyn King will lead things off here for Yankton. Reese Gary on deck and Olivia Puck in the hole. A slow dribbler down the third base line, and a good throw for an out over to first, as making contact was Brooklyn King. Reese Gary now at the plate. 1 up, 1 down here for Yankton. They need some runs here as we are closing in here. Getting close to kind of that point where you feel like now or never. Not quite, but only 8 outs here remaining in the game for them, barring extra innings. Reese Gary now at the plate here for Yankton. Sits on the first one, ball 1. On deck awaits Olivia Puck. One on the count, 1 out, no runners on here. It's Reese Gary at the plate. Had a nice line drive to first that was caught, though. Fouls it off into the backstop. 1-1 the count. But again, she made great contact in her first at bat. It was just right towards first. Looking to do that, but maybe push it just a little to the other side and reaching right field. Was behind on that pitch, looking to get on top of it here. 1-1. Gary, her second plate appearance of the year. A hard hit grounder and a diving effort at shortstop. The throw is made for out number 2. Are you kidding me? At shortstop, what an effort made by Grace Ramza. She has made such a huge impact on this game, both in the field and batting. Certainly a good player for the Bobcats, as Olivia Puck now at the plate. For Gary, you feel like she's had 2 nice hits. Just unfortunately, great plays by the defense has not allowed her to get on base. By the way, Grace Ramza, only a sophomore for this Brookings team. Olivia Puck now at the plate with the top of the Gazelles lineup, and Callie Koletsky at the plate. That one hit high up and a chance at first. It is caught. A quick 3 up, 3 down inning for the Gazelles. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base as the Bobcats keep it a 3-1 game here entering the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll see if the Gazelles change anything up in the field or if they feel like they've done a pretty nice job in the field, which only 3 runs so far through 4 innings. When we return, bottom of the 5th, leading off for the Bobcats, Kendall Lindstedt. Here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube, I'm Zach Spear, and this is Gazelle Softball.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single Abdallah chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District. Through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
4.5 innings in. It is the bottom of the 5th inning. 3-1. Brookings leads Yankton in a close one here. Kendall Lindstedt will lead things off for the Bobcats. On deck, Bryn Fleming. Reese Gary remains on the mound here for Yankton, and in kind of that same spot that it's just barely missed all game long, but nice consistency behind home plate from the Blue. So I always like to say it's an unforgiving job. A perfect game, no one notices. One missed call, and you are crucified for it. Next pitch, well high, ball 2. Kendall Lindstedt, 1 for 2, hit that RBI single in the 1st inning, which was the Bobcats' first score. Fouls this one off towards the first base side, and 2-1 now your count. Reese Gary back into the circle here. Kendall Lindstedt at the plate. She's been at 3rd for the Bobcats. Made a play in that last one against Reese Gary, and again, that same spot for Gary. 3-1, it'll make the count. Could just bring it over an inch or two. Might be getting that call to strike every time. 3-1 now the count here. Gary winds up, fires it in, and it is ball 4. Lindstedt will be standing on first, bringing up Bryn Fleming to the plate. That is Gary's now 3rd walk of the game. Has not had more than 1 walk in an inning. That one hard hit into deep right field. Puck tracking it, and the underhand catch. Catch is a catch, right? Brings that one in as Fleming fouls out, and again, Olivia Puck has just been busy in right field. Packed up maybe just a little too much, where she then had to underhand it and reach her arm forward. Either way, got the catch, and that's the important part. Layla Erickson now at the plate here for the Bobcats, the 7th hitter in the lineup. Faces 1 out, 1 runner on. First pitch scooped up by Churchman out of the dirt. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch here, and it's fouled off into the dirt. Backwards it goes. 1 ball, 1 strike. That next one sent across high. One out and a runner on. Layla Erickson, who's 1 for 1, was also walked. Logan Feige on deck. Swing and a miss there. And that will even up the count at 2-2 here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out here. The 2-2 pitch here from Gary. It's a grounder over to third, and it bounces off. The second error of the game here for Yankton now in the field, as we will have 2 runners on. One you just got to shake off there, and on to the next. So Logan Feige now batting for her 3rd time of the game. 0 for 2, but for her team, what better time than now to try and get your first base hit? 1 out and 2 runners on. Dribbles that one off, spinning awkwardly as it's picked up, and that'll score a runner at home. That was about the worst placement possible for the Gazelles defense. What do you do on that one? Lindstedt brings it all the way home as Churchmo's chasing it, just kept rolling. Erickson to second. Logan Feige will be credited with a single. That's just, what do you do? Unfortunately, it leads to a run scored, but still a close one. 4-1 your score. Muth came to quick talk with Churchma. Not sure what she asked her, but either way, it'll just send us to our next hitter with Kinsey Grenler at the plate. Now the 9th hitter with 1 out, 2 runners on first and second. The ball scooped out of the dirt, ball 1. Brookings has gotten their lead up now to 3. It's 4-1 on your Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. Bobcats lead. Yankton's certainly not out of this one. Again outside here from Gary. And for the Gazelles, heading into the top of the 6th, it will be the top of their lineup. So certainly, if you're going to do some damage, they look to see it there. Hard hit grounder scooped up well at second. And Brooklyn King with a nice play to get the second out, as Grenler advances the runners but is out at first.
Now batting, the leadoff hitter, the right fielder, number 2, Calla Forster.
Calla Forster now at the plate here. It is her 4th time. She is the leadoff hitter for the Bobcats. 1 for 3 in this game. Also scored as she hits it high up into center field. Koletsky running after it, and she pulls it in for out number 3. Yankton keeps themselves well in this one, as 1 run is scored off of 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base for the Bobcats. We are through 5 innings of action. It is 4-1 with the Brookings Bobcats in the lead. Top of the 6th, though, we enter with the Gazelles at the top of their lineup. Leading things off when we return, Callie Koletsky.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you pics so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
And back to the field. It's the top of the 6th inning. Yankton trailing 4-1 to the Brookings Bobcats. It's the top of the lineup for Yankton with Callie Koletsky at the plate. She is 2 for 2, looking to stay perfect on the day. First pitch, she takes high, ball 1. And these are huge at-bats for this Yankton team. They need a few runs to get back in this with Brookings, and it's the top of their lineup in the 6th inning. No outs. You feel like you got to capitalize here. So Koletsky with 2 singles in today's game so far. Sits on the second one as well, ball 2. 2-0 the count here. Koletsky at the plate. On deck, Jocelyn Burns with Eliza Gurney in the hole. The 2-0 pitch here. Eliason, by the way, again, it's pitching rather than Ella Pazik, who had 4 innings pitched. 1 run was given up with 7 strikeouts and 1 walk given up. But it was an unearned run, I might add. And Avery Eliason took over for her last inning, in which she had a 3-up, 3-down inning. 3-0 now the count here with Callie Koletsky at the plate. Sits on that one, but a good one. 3-1, it'll make your count. Of course, a 3-0 count. Can't blame her too much for taking. Probably had the take sign. And if not, doesn't hurt to make the pitcher work for it a little bit extra. 3 balls, 1 strike. Callie Koletsky, who's shown us clearly she can hit the ball. Takes a swing, misses that one. Count now full. Yankton needing some runners. 6 outs here remaining in the game's entirety. Right now they trail 3. Burns awaits on deck trying to time up Eliason, who neither have faced in this game yet. The 3-2 pitch as Koletsky puts it into the air, drifting backwards, and lucky for her, just bounces as stays alive for at least 1 more here. So Koletsky got a piece of it. This is her first battle against Eliason here. Another 3-2 pitch coming out of the hands of Eliason on the way here. And Koletsky lines it into left field. 3 for 3 she starts. She takes off for second and has a double. She stays perfect in today's game. Callie Koletsky is now 3 for 3 in our game here today. 2 singles and now a double. She has all 3 base hits for the Gazelles here in the game so far. That brings up to the plate Jocelyn Burns, another very capable hitter. And Yankton an opportunity to start closing in on this 4-1 gap they face. First pitch down the middle for a called strike 1. Again, it's their first time seeing this pitcher. You wonder if they're not swinging no matter what until they see this pitcher at the plate. The old Joe Mauer method. Never swing at that first pitch. For Burns, now down 0-1 in the count. No outs and a runner on second in Callie Koletsky. Hits it hard into right center, trying to find a gap. It's going to be caught in right field. Koletsky stays put. Nice play in right field. Keeps the runner put with Koletsky at second. Now Eliza Gurney at the plate here. 0 for 2 looking for her first base hit here. And looking to trade places with Callie Koletsky. And just a nice play in right field made there by Calla Forster for the Bobcats. Not only getting the out, but keeping the runner put. That is always important. You do not want to run her over to third, because then sacrifice flies are in play. First pitch just misses, ball 1. Gurney says she likes outside pitches. We'll see if she can get the right one here to put into play. Eliason, next one. Gurney, a grounder over to second. It's picked up. She'll be thrown in at first. Koletsky advances over to third. So 2 down now here with Kyra Churchma at the plate. A runner on third, 2 outs. The Gazelles will need their cleanup hitter. Churchma standing in at the plate. On deck is Madison Musfelt. Right up the middle, Churchma, a base hit, and it'll score Callie Koletsky. Yankton brings it one closer, 4-2, your new score. Madison Musfelt at the plate. Yankton would love to bat around here as a 2-hit inning results in a run up to this point in the top of the 6th. 4-2, Yankton trails, but has brought it back within 2 here. The largest the lead's been in this entire game, though, has only been 3 by Brookings. Musfelt sits on the first one, a called strike 1. Yankton did lead in the top half of the first inning, but Brookings answered with 2 of their own, and they have led since. In the center circle here, Avery Eliason, 0-1, she leads in the count. Madison Musfelt puts it into play. That's trouble, drops into left center. Taking off for third here is Churchma, and she is safe. Musfelt will reach second. Back-to-back base hits here for the Gazelles and looking to continue this 2-out rally. Ava Gerard at the plate here for Yankton, and a huge opportunity for the Gazelles with the game-tying run at second right now. Coach Harden will take a timeout. We'll take this water break with them. Brought to you by Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step. And Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
And as we return out of the Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break, it's Ava Gerard at the plate. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Gazelles trailing 2 as that one finds the upper side of the zone. Strike 1. Ava Gerard at the plate with Brooklyn King awaiting on deck. Gerard is 0 for 1, was walked and struck out in her 2 plate appearances. A walk would load the bases. Yankton looking for base hits to get some runs across here. Next one low and inside. 1-1, it'll make the count. One and one the count, couple outs, 2 runners on. Yankton has scored 1 run in this inning. They need 2 more to tie it up. Eliason sends it inside for ball 2. This is the type of inning Yankton needed. Even if they get out 3, it feels like your bat started coming around a 3-hit inning. Of course, hopefully can bring some more across here. 3-1 now after that pitch. Low and outside. Gerard looked like maybe wanted to swing at it. The right decision not to is the 2 things Muth wanted from her team out of this. The first game was swing at good pitches and play solid defense. So far up to this point in the game, they have done just that. 3 balls, 1 strike. Avery Eliason working against Ava Gerard. 2 outs and 2 runners on. Gerard fouls it off. Had she not swung, would have been called for strike 2. like the aggressive nature at the plate. Count now full. And we've got a big pitch coming up here from Avery Eliason, who's not walked or struck out a batter in today's game yet in 1 2/3 inning pitched. She came in for relief of Ella Pazik, who gave up 1 run in 4 innings. The 3-2 count here, and Gerard again fouls it off towards her own dugout and stays in it. So far, a good at bat here for Ava Gerard. She's closing in on Eliason, making contact here. Can she get one in play to bring some runs across? Churchma's on third, as Muth will let her run, even though she is the catcher. Musfeld on second. Gerard at the plate. Another 3-2 pitch here. Sits on it. It's called for strike 3. It's dropped by the catcher, and it won't make it in time. Yankton brings one across, and it's 3-4. Ava Gerard didn't swing, but did reach off of the error. Churchma scores to make it 3-4. Musfeld over to third, and Gerard now on off of the error. Eliason will be credited with a strikeout, but, of course, she'd rather have just gotten the out and no runs come across. Brooklyn King now at the plate, a chance for the Gazelles here to tie this one up. It is 3-4 in the top of the 6th inning. Another timeout called on the field here. When we return, Brooklyn King, a huge at-bat for Yankton.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
And back to the field. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Yankton's brought it within. Brooklyn King right back up the middle. It's scooped up at shortstop, and they'll get the force out at second. But Yankton has made this one interesting, as it is 3-4 after 5.5 innings. We enter the bottom of the 6th. Brookings now down to a 1-run lead. Yankton needs a good defensive set here. Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotes. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Bottom of the 6th inning, we have got a good one on our hands here. 4-3. Brookings currently leads the Yankton Gazelles here in Brookings. And leading off for the Bobcats will be the number 2 hitter in their lineup, Isla Eidsness, followed by Grace Ramza on deck and Ella Pazik in the hole. Well, we'll see if Ella Pazik is still batting or not after she was pulled from the circle. Reese Gary remains in the circle here for Yankton. She's pitched everyone so far, and her first pitch misses outside, 1-0 the count. Eidsness 1 for 3, had a base hit in her last at bat. Now this is your 4th time seeing the same pitcher. You feel like you've got him timed down. It's just a matter of getting it into the right spot in the field. Next pitch low and outside, ball 2. And on deck is Grace Ramza, who Yankton does not want to see batting, who is 2 for 2 with a bean as well. Gary's next pitch, that one fouled back, 2-1 the count. a lefty here in Isla Eidsness. Gazelles have done a nice job here in the field. A lot of runners left on base for Brookings in this game, and that is a reason it is only a one-run game. Next pitch, good for strike two. 2-2 your count. As I was mentioning, for left on base, Yankton through 6 innings at the plate has left 4 runners. Bobcats through 5 innings have left 9 runners on base, but that's good defense from Yankton, getting the outs when they need them. 2-2 the count here. Reese Gary, the next one. It's lofted high up over towards third. A chance at it, and it's brought in over at third by Ava Gerard. They get a much-needed first out here, and it brings up Grace Ramza to the plate.
Now batting, the shortstop number 3, Grace Ramza.
Another lefty here for the Bobcats. Again, she has been impressive in today's game, both in the field and at the plate. Only a sophomore for Brookings. Takes it, and what a snag at first! Madison Musfelt, no reaction time whatsoever, pulls it in with a fully outstretched arm, and 2 up, 2 down for Yankton here. Madison Musfelt with a highlight reel play. The only issue is with how we're set up in the field, you unfortunately can't see it. 2 up, 2 down. And that one in for a strike. 0-1 the count. And Eliason at the plate for the first time here. So Ella Pazik is totally just out of this game. A line drive to second. It's brought in. 3 up, 3 down. The defense did their part here for Yankton. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base. We enter the top of the 7th inning. It is a 1-run game. Gazelles need just 1 to keep their hopes alive. When we return, it is the final inning of action. Leading things off will be the pitcher, Reese Gary, here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Starting with First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
And we do have a changeup in the lineup. Pinch hitting will be September Rao here in the top of the 7th in place of Reese Gary. And it looks like Isabel Sheldon on deck here for Yankton. So a couple of changeups for the 8 and 9 hitters here, who will lead things off here for Yankton. Swing and a miss from Rao in her first pitch seen of the game. And by the way, we did have a pitching change as well for Brookings. It's Taya Tweet For Eliason, 2 innings pitched, gave up 2 runs with 1 strikeout and no walks. September Rao, 0-1 the count, sits on the next one, makes it 0-2. Now having to protect the plate as Taya Tweet again in the circle here. The third pitcher we've seen from the Bobcats in today's game. The windup on the 0-2. Rao got a piece of it. It was way up, and it's in foul territory. It will drop, and September will see at least one more. And the thing is, yeah, could you have taken it for ball 1? But now that you've gotten some connection with the bat, that gives a batter a lot of confidence, especially coming into the 7th inning. You haven't had an at-bat yet this year or in this game. You know, just to get the barrel on the ball, a good feeling here. 0-2, the count remains. September Rao, should she get on, would be the game-tying run. Isabel Sheldon awaits on deck for what will be also her first at-bat of the game. Rao launches it deep into right field. It one-hops the fence. Rao takes off for second, and she'll be standing on second. Now she's caught in a pickle. The fire to third. She'll be lucky to get back to second, but she reaches safely. About turned a great moment into a not-so-great one. Rao with a double in her first at-bat of the season, and Yankton needed that one. Isabel Sheldon now at the plate here for the Gazelles, and on deck Callie Koletsky and the top of the lineup for the Yankton. They need 1 run to tie, 2 to take the lead. September Rao on second as the game-tying run, as things getting interesting in our final inning of action here in Brookings. Taya Tweet, the pitcher here for Brookings. Sheldon gets a piece of that one high up into center field, as that one will be caught, and Rao stays put. So Isabel Sheldon, in her first at-bat, flies out to center field, and Callie Koletsky now at the plate. But the good sign is 2 players who did not have a single at-bat have both made contact on this new pitcher, and hoping for Yankton that the top of their lineup can come in and do a good job of cleaning up. Koletsky sits on the first one, high and away, ball 1. Callie Koletsky, 3 for 3 in today's game. 2 singles and a double. A double more likely than not scores Rao and would tie the ball game up. Holding off is Koletsky. Shook her head, yes. Thought about it, decided against it. No harm, no foul. 1-1 the count. 1 out, a runner on second with September Rao, who got a base hit in her first at-bat of the game. The pitch, Koletsky misses on that one, was ahead of it as Taya Tweet threw a great off-speed pitch. On deck awaits Jocelyn Burns as Yankton just needs 1 good hit here to give themselves a chance. 1 out and a runner on second. 1-2 your count here as Koletsky puts it into play, but it is caught at shortstop. 2 outs, and Yankton needs them all from here. Jocelyn Burns now at the plate, her 4th time batting of the game. 0 for 3 due up for a base hit here that could possibly score September Rao, who's on second. It is Burns at the plate, Eliza Gurney on deck. 2 outs, a runner on second. Yankton trails 1. That one in and out of the gloves. Rao takes off for third where she'll reach safely. Ball 1. Now any base hit scores Rao from third. Jocelyn Burns at the plate. 2 outs, 1-0 the count, and a runner on third. It is the game-tying run in the top of the 7th. If Yankton fails to score, that will be ball game favoring the Bobcats here. Yankton needed some runs, and they got 2 last inning. They need just 1 here. The 1-0 pitch. It's low. It gets by. Rao's going to take off for home. She's going to slide in safely, and we're knotted up in the final inning. Rao brings it all the way home, and now Jocelyn Burns, a little pressure off of her, as she faces a 2-0 count, and we are tied up 4-4 in the final inning. Not going to be surprised if we see extra innings here in Brookings, and they'll huddle up in the pitcher's circle and will break. We are tied at 4 apiece. Jocelyn Burns at the plate. Eliza Gurney awaits on deck, and Kyra Churchma in the hole. There's 2 outs, but certainly good batters who can make work with just 2 outs. 2-0 pitch. Burns, a grounder over to short. Took an odd hop off the glove. She'll reach off the error. Yankton's got the game leading run now on first. That will go down as an error, but Yankton at this point does not care how they get him on. Burns reaches first. Now Eliza Gurney at the plate. The 3-hitter for Yankton. 2 outs, a runner on first. Kyra Churchma waits on deck with Madison Musfelt in the hole. Yankton has not led in this game's entirety, and here we are tied up in the 7th. That one off the plate bounces, taking off for second and sliding in safely is Burns. That is now a runner in scoring position for Yankton with the right base hit. 1-0 the count. On second now is Burns with Gurney at the plate. Eliza Gurney up 1-0 in the count. Jocelyn Burns on second. That would give Yankton the lead here. The 1-0 pitch finds itself outside. Good eye for Gurney. Again, once you get it tied up, it kind of takes the pressure off the hitter. Of course, there's still a little bit, but certainly not the same when it's, if you don't get this one, that is ball game. 2-0 the count here. Taya Tweet fires it in, a swing and a miss there from Eliza Gurney. Looked like it was just beyond her outstretched bat. A good swing from Gurney, and looking to put this one into play, possibly take the lead here in the 7th inning. Game that started pretty much right at 4 o'clock. We're an hour 47 minutes in. This one has flown by because it has been a great softball game. The 2-1 count, and then now 3-1 as Gurney finds herself up in the count. And when I was batting, this was always my favorite count. If it's a bad one, I'm getting walked. Otherwise, if it's good, I am swinging, no doubt about it. 3-1 the count here for Eliza Gurney. 2 outs. Puts that one up, and it's towards shortstop. It is brought in for out number 3, but the Gazelles at the plate did what they needed to tie this one up. 1 run off of 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We enter the bottom of the 7th inning of action. Bobcats a chance for a walk-off, but Gazelles trying to send it to extra innings. When we return, the bottom of the 7th on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Leading off will be Kendall Lindstedt.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Back to the field. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. We are all tied up. Kendall Lindstedt will lead things off here for Brookings, with Reese Gary still firing away here for Yankton. She has pitched all 6 innings and has done a great job. 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and has given up 4 runs. Her defense with just 2 errors in the field. It's been a good defensive set for Yankton so far. Next one misses low as well, 2-0 the count. Brookings just needs one here in the bottom of the 7th. Gazelles want extra innings in the first game of the year. And what better way to open the season than one that comes down to the final half inning of action. Next one low as well, scooped up by Churchman, but now a 3-0 count for Reese Gary and the Gazelles. Kendall Lindstead at the plate. On deck, Bryn Fleming with Layla Erickson in the hole. That one finds its way to the zone. A much-needed strike out of the hand of Reese Gary. 3-1 the count now here, and low. It is a walk, and Lindstead on the game-winning run on first here for Brookings. Now Yankton will certainly have to play well in the field. Really no room for error for the remainder of this inning. Bryn Fleming at the plate now. She's made contact in all 3 of her plate appearances here. Has not reached base yet. Fakes the bunt, pulls back, ball 1. And we'll see if Kendall Lindstead wants to try taking second. It's certainly, if they do, a risky move and a time called here on the field. Yankton's going to talk things over when we return. 1-0 the count. Runner on first, no outs. Brookings at the plate, a chance to win it.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Group's, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
It's another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. A runner on first, and I'm sure Yankton just kind of going over every route of if they steal, what are we doing? If they bunt, what are we doing? If it goes to this side of the field. So much of softball, a mind game when you're in the field. Of course, hitting's pretty self-explanatory. Hit the ball, get around the bases. Not quite so simple here in the field. The 1-0 count, and the bunt gets put down. It's picked up. Churchma fires it to first. They get the out, but runner will advance. So Bryn Fleming with a great sacrifice bunt gets her runner in Kendall Lindstead to second. Layla Erickson now at the plate. She's 1 for 3, is reached by both an error and a single. Yankton cannot give up any runs here. Gary winds up. The first pitch here is sent high, ball 1. It's Layla Erickson at the plate with Logan Feige on deck. Kinsey Grenler in the hole. That is the 7, 8, 9 hitters of the Bobcats lineup, and Yankton certainly doesn't want to leave it up to the top of Brookings' lineup. Swing and a miss there. 1-1 the count. Erickson facing a 1-1 count. We know she can put the ball into play. Or excuse me, she's 1 for 2. I said 1 for 3 earlier. She was walked in her second at bat. A swing and a miss there. 1-2 now the count. Yankton could certainly use a strikeout in the field here. Some Monday night action here in softball. A chance for extra innings, but Yankton needs to get a stop here. The 1-2 pitch, and it's strike 3. Gary gets her second strikeout of the game, and it could not have come at a better time. 2 outs and a runner on second here for Yankton, and I think a new hitter at the plate, as it'll be Tenley Sneer in the place of Logan Feige. So Tenley, her first at bat here of the game, and could not come at a more crucial moment. We saw both coaches making 7th inning subs at the plate, and well, it worked out for Yankton. We'll see how it plays for the Bobcats. Then on deck, it's not Kinsey Grenler as it looked like it might be. It looks like it's Taya Tweet. Hit over to Jocelyn Burns. She'll bobble it. It's an error. Runners now on first and third here. Lindstedt all the way to third. Sneer will reach off of the error. Yankton just needs an out here. And at the plate is Taya Tweet. Yankton certainly feels like they want to get this one here because Calla Forster's on deck. And that is the top of the lineup for Brookings. Tweet an opportunity here. Pulls back, and Yankton not bothered by Sneer taking off for second. They'll just let her have it. If it was in any other situation, you might at least pump fake it. Right now, you don't even care. You just can't let the runner on third get home. The 0-1 pitch. It's good for strike two. One more good pitch, and we could be sent to extra innings. Reese Gary got a strikeout for out number 2 in this inning. Looking for her third strikeout, and should she get it, what timing from the pitcher. 0-2 the count here. Tweet sits on it and just misses inside. Couldn't have been much closer. As maybe some of the Yankton crowd thinks we should be headed to the top of the 8th after that one, but 1-2 the count here. Tweet at the plate, sits on it, strike 3. Reese Gary comes up huge in the 7th inning, 2 of the 3 outs at her hands. No runs scored off of no hits, 1 error and 2 left on base. We are headed for extra innings in the first game of the season. Top of the 8th inning coming up here with the Gazelles at the plate when we return.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
And back to the field, top of the 8th inning. Kyra Churchman to lead things off here for the Yankton Gazelles. And, well, back to Ella Pazik in the circle for the Bobcats as she started and pitched the first 4 innings of the game, only gave up 1 run in those 4 innings, and now finds herself back in the circle as we've got extra innings. It is the cleanup hitter here for Yankton, and then into the bottom half of the inning, it'll be the top of the lineup for Brookings. And in extra innings, placing the previous batter on second to start. So Eliza Gurney will start on second here for Yankton. Kyra Churchman at the plate in her last at bat had a base hit. The right hit could give Yankton the lead here. Top of the 8th inning, the game's so good we needed extra. Ella Pazik back in for her 5th inning now in the circle. Churchman at the plate. Got a piece of that one, fouls it off out of play. It'll go into another field here on the complex. kind of been a tale of two teams. For Brookings, they have had 3 pitchers in this one. For Yankton, it's been Reese Gary from start to finish so far, and we'll see if that keeps up in the 8th. 0-1 the count here. Next one misses for a ball. 1-1 the count. Of course, you get to extra innings. Every at-bat is massive. Kyra Churchma facing a 1-1 count. No outs and a runner on second. That one scooped out of the dirt for ball 2. Nice job there by Heinricher. That one gets to the backstop. It puts a runner on third, and that's when things get really sticky. Kyra Churchma in this one, 1 for 3, but has reached twice. Once off of her single and once off an error. Puts that one into play. It's lofted up into center field, but it's brought in for an out. Brookings got their first of 3. For Yankton, looking to bring across Eliza Gurney. Madison Musfelt now at the plate for the Gazelles. So Musfelt now faces 1 out and a runner on second here. Fresh count here for Musfelt. Coming off of her first base hit in her last at bat. Takes the first one, a called strike. 0-1 your count. Pazik has only given up 1 run so far in her time pitching. Swing and a miss there from Musfelt. 0-2. Clearly the pitcher that Coach Harden trusts the most when it comes to crunch time situations. 0-2, got to protect here for Musfelt. 1 out and a runner on second with Eliza Gurney. That one hit up and right back to Pazik, out number 2. Yankton with 1 out remaining here. And Ava Gerard at the plate. Ava Gerard batting now for the 4th time of the game. Looking for her first base hit of the game. One, could you ask for a better time? Didn't get a piece of that one. 0-1 the count. Ella Pazik with 7 strikeouts in the game. The 2 outs here in the 8th inning have not been at her hand. Her next pitch low and inside, ball 1. Pazik steps back onto the rubber here. Fires in the 1-1 pitch. Gerard, a swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count. Advantage Pazik right now, and freedom to really throw what she wants here as she's up 1-2 with 2 outs here. The runner has stayed put on second here for Yankton with Gurney. And Gerard fouls it off. She'll live to see another one. Count stays the same at 1-2. Gerard's now gotten a piece of it, looking for something to bring across her runner. Another 1-2 pitch as Gerard yet again fouls it off. Out of play this time it goes. Ava Gerard fighting in there at the plate. Looking to straighten it out and put it into the field. 1-2 again, your count. And the changeup gets her swinging. And Pazik comes up big with a strikeout, and we enter the bottom of the 8th inning. Still knotted up. For the Bobcats, a chance to win this one. They'll have a runner on second with should be Taya Tweet and their top of the lineup, Calla Forster, at the plate when we return here on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
It is the bottom of the 8th inning here. Extra innings of play needed between these two teams as we are tied up at 4 apiece. Calla Forster at the plate here has a runner on second to start, and it'll be Kinsey Grenler, the first baseman, on second. Yankton cannot give up a run here. Gary remains firing away. First pitch just outside, ball 1. Gary, the 1-0 pitch, and did it hit her? Yeah, so it's a dead ball. So Grenler will be forced to head back to second. But Forster now on first, so 2 runners on, and, probably not the worst thing you could do there. That's Isla Eidsness out the plate with Grace Ramza on deck. First pitch, she tries to bunt it down. It goes foul, 0-1. Isla Eidsness now with an 0-1 count. We'll see if she tries putting down a bunt again here. Will not. She'll sit on it, ball 1. Eidsness at the plate, Ramza on deck. We'll see who's in the hole between the few players who've hit there. Head up to second, and catch is made, Brooklyn King. That's one Yankton needed, as King has had a few catches at second. Grace Ramza at the plate now. She faces 1 out, runners on first and second. Depending where that ball's put, if it's in the infield, if you get the out or go for the lead runner. Ramza sits on the first one, ball 1. It looks like Ella Pazik is on deck here. Reese Gary throws it in as that one's lofted high up. And Ava Gerard brings it in at third for out number 2. So a fly out for the Bobcats, and now 2 outs. Yankton needs just 1 more to push it to the 9th inning. Ella Pazik at the plate. Swing and a miss on the first attempt. Ella's 0 for 3 here. One base hit, though, is all they would need. Is that one shot hard into deep left center, and that is out of here. A 3-run shot for Ella Pazik will wrap this one up. And your final score, 7-4. Pazik, what an absolute launch to send it out of here. And a walk-off 3-run home run will give the Bobcats the victory here in today's game. Your final is 7-4 with Brookings taking down the Yankton Gazelles. We needed extra innings in this one. And Ella Pazik came back into pitch in extra innings and then seals the deal at the plate, launching it way beyond the fence. A no-doubter. And will bring us to our final score of 7-4 for the Gazelles. They drop to 0-1, but certainly what a start to their season. You send it to extra innings. Last season, again, it was 16-0 with Brookings winning it. You bring it to extra innings. Now you've got to like where the direction of the team to start here. We'll take our final break of the game here. When we return, our First Dakota National Bank post-game show and our hot hitter of the game, brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. And we'll see if we can get a chat with Jill Muth, head coach of the Gazelles. Of course, she might be busy getting the JV team ready to roll. That's all coming up here on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Whoa. I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
And here on the field, it is your First Dakota National Bank post-game show where the Gazelles fell 7-4 to the Brookings Bobcats. And a game that went extra innings, a 3-run shot over left center fence will wrap this one up. In the game, the Bobcats put up 7 runs on 8 hits. They had 3 errors in the field. They left 11 on base throughout the game. For Gazelles, 4 runs off of 6 base hits, 3 errors, and 5 left on base. In this one, for the Gazelles, Callie Koletsky went 3 for 4, 2 singles and a double. Jocelyn Burns went 0 for 4, but did reach on an error. Eliza Gurney went 0 for 4. Kyra Churchmo went 1 for 4 with her 1 hit, a single. Madison Musfelt was 1 for 4 as well with a single. Ava Gerard went 0 for 3, but did reach off of a walk. Brooklyn King went 0 for 3 in this one. Reese Gary at the plate went 0 for 2, and September Rao, who batted for her late in the game, went 1 for 1 with a double. Olivia Puck went 0 for 2, and Isabel Sheldon went 0 for 1 to round off the Yankton Gazelles stats, as it's time for your Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton's hot hitter of the game. Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. Well, for today's hot hitter of the game, feel like you've absolutely got to give it to Callie Koletsky. She had a great game, had the first base hit of the season and of the game. And on top of that, went 3 for 4, 2 singles and a double. She did about everything that she could to keep her team in it. And unfortunately just couldn't quite get the job done here. But Callie Koletsky is our first Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hitter of the game for the Gazelles softball season to start here. As now on the field, the JV teams are getting ready here for their game and talking things over, as we'll see if head coach Jill Muth will make her way over here or if we'll just send it off. For the Gazelles, next in action, they'll be in action next Tuesday. That'll be at Aberdeen Central. Now, that is, again, the one game that we will not have coverage on, or planned coverage on. So that one, but then we'll be right back to it next Thursday as they host Pierre TF Riggs at their home season opener. That's at Yankton Sertoma Park at 6 o'clock. Again, that's on Yankton streaming on YouTube, and so will the remainder of the regular season games. It'll all be on Yankton streaming on YouTube throughout the entire season. So if you are a fan of Gazelles softball, make sure to subscribe to Yankton streaming on YouTube. I'm Zach Spear. Appreciate you tuning in here with me tonight. A fun one to start the season as we'll take one final break and see if we can get head coach Muth over here, or she might just be busy with her JV team. No worries on either side. We'll be back here in a moment to wrap things up.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you got to call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
And as we return, we'll just wrap things up here on the field. Your final score, 7-4, the Bobcats defeating the Yankton Gazelles in a nail-biter here in Brookings. Extra innings, as 7 innings just wasn't enough. It was tied up at 4 apiece after 7, and then a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 8th from Ella Pazik to give her team the win. Coach Muth is out there warming up with her JV squad, so I'll let her take care of business. That takes priority, of course. We'll have an interview with her pregame before that next Thursday game against Pierre. Again, Gazelles will be in action next Tuesday at Aberdeen Central. There won't be coverage of it, but from then on, we are planning coverage for every single game for the remainder of the season. It'll be here on Yankton streaming on YouTube. For the final time here tonight, I'm Zach Spear. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great rest of your night, and until next time.
This has been a presentation of Yankton High School Softball on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next time for all the action.